Coffee with Kim. As promised, and better late than never, I am back to do capital letters with you for the Faux calligraphy or the brush lettering. Apologies for the break, I've not been very well, but as I said, better late than never. As you can see, set up is all I'm going to be using today for you. I have pre-drawn out the lines we talked about in week 1, and just for ease of you guys seeing better, I'm just going to be using and going straight in with my black pen, just for you guys to see it a bit better, as I said. And I mean, you can still use pencil if you feel better going in with pencil first to rub out any mistakes, but I'll just be going straight in with this today, so you'll see my happy little accidents, because I probably will make a few as well. So without further ado, let's get straight into capital letters for you. Okay, so last week, if you remember, we spent a lot of time talking about how to form the letters, the little trick of how to widen the letters, and most importantly our grid lines here, which I've pre-drawn up today to save some time, where we had the 1, 2 and 3, and we would draw on the middle line, and if the letter had a tail it would go down into the third, if it had a staff it would go up into the top. So it's going to be a little bit different this week for you, and what I'm going to do is, just for the purpose of capital letters, I'm going to do the days of the week and the months of the year to show you, because they will always start with a capital. But what I find personally with brush lettering and faux calligraphy is capitals as we know them. For instance, if we were going to do a capital A, let me just try and slant this a bit better for you. We would go like so for a capital A, and for the lowercase a, as I showed you last week, let me just swap my pen around, something a bit more fluid. We would be going like that for a small a. But for faux calligraphy, don't really focus on the capital letters like this. It's only because capital letters are, as they say, they're capital, they can be quite block, and you tend to lose a lot of the flow when you're doing the faux calligraphy. So personal preference is, basically I would still do it in a lowercase, but I would make that lowercase letter bigger. So for the purpose of today, we've still got our 3 little grid lines, but we're going to be focusing mainly on line 2 and line 3. So if I start with a day of the week, and we'll start with Monday, for instance, Monday comes first, I would make that M, so let me show you, I would make that M, it would still be a lowercase m, but then I would make it bigger than the rest of the letters. So for Tuesday, again, I would start on line 2, and I would do here, I would make it bigger, I would take any tails and staffs up and down a little bit, but I would just make that first letter bigger. W is the same, so for Wednesday, Thursday, we've already done a T, so I'll go on to Friday. So I would do, so for Friday, you can see I've already made a mistake there anyway. I would just go or you could even go into the top first line for Friday and making mistakes all over the place or happy little accidents. So you go up into the top line there, and Saturday is There's various ways you could do your S's, but you could do it that way. And then Sunday, I can back up here then to show you Sunday. You could always just do your S like that. So just make that first letter, keep it as a lowercase. I mean, the S's, they're gonna be an uppercase or capital S, and a lowercase or smaller letter S is the same anyway. You can see with the Friday, still keeping that curve there, just making the F bigger, whereas as a capital letter, it might look something a bit more like that, which would be quite block and would take away from that flow. Now, as you can see with some of these, as in Wednesday here, Wednesday isn't joined. The first letter is not joined up here, but it still gives it that little bit of a flow. You could do the same with any and all of them if you want to do. Friday I haven't joined up here either. I'll just bring this back over for you. Friday, it's not joined to the R either. And you'll see that with the months of the year as well. So if we make a start on the months of the year, remember, I'll number these for you again. So we've got 1, 2, and 3. Just to make our letter, that first letter, bigger. Okay, so we've got January, which comes up. Okay, so we can start in the second line here, and then on the third line we would put the rest of our letters. So we've got and then just come down. There's no fourth line, so to speak, for that tail there, but you can just bring it down. And you would, you know, block them out as we talked about before on every downstroke. So we'll do March by here. So 1, 2. Sorry, not March, February. We'll do February over here. So I've just numbered that there for you now. So February would be there. June, there's June, July, August, we've got September, October, and December. I've missed December already. As I said, you can beef these up a bit and make them look more calligraphy-like if you were to go down with the downstrokes and fill them in. But that's just a really, really quick way of doing it for something that would normally start with a capital. So yeah, The rule for a capital that I find better personally, and you may, is just by making it bigger, the lowercase letter bigger. I struggle. These guidelines here are for you to always keep and for you to help. Now my muscle memory is formed. I struggle to keep within these lines, so you'll see that I've made quite a few happy little accidents, as I did with the D. Made that a little bit too big, but yeah, if I was to flip this over now where there are no guidelines and I was to write out, for instance, July, so yeah, I would write out the word July with no guidelines or anything like that. I would just, you know, and there you go, there's July. No guidelines, but I have made that a bit bigger. I've added a little swoosh in there with the J. I've thickened that out a bit for you guys there as well. There you go. I can do the same with May. So if I just move that up a little bit there for you. So if I was to do May, I've made that M a lot bigger than I have the A and the Y. So while it's not a standard capital letter as you would think, as in M as in an M as we would do like that, you've still kept the flow of the word. This M here is bigger than these two letters down here. So you can see that that still has a bit more emphasis to the rest of the word. Thanks for watching again, guys. Any more comments, just drop them down below. I'm trying to make the videos as short as I can for you now, and next week I will be writing some faux calligraphy on a rock for you. Enjoy the rest of your week, guys, and I will see you next week. Cheers, bye.
The midweek shorts are you-led and released on Wednesdays when content is available. If you've got a question, rock painting related, let us know in the comments below or on any of our social media, and we'll get right on it ASAP. If you'd like to help us out, you can like this video, share it, subscribe, or sponsor us using any of the supporter links in the description below. Until we see you next time, keep on rocking. Ciao for now!